What is up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Count Stackula's Melt Chronicles. We have got a lot to talk about. Let's dive right in. All right, so this is just the half of it. Well, maybe a little bit more than half. But basically, we're going to go through a bunch of my silver pours because, well, there is quite a few actually here. And yeah, we're just kind of scratching the surface. So, there we go. Okay. So, this is what we're looking at right now. This is the entire stack of silver pours. Actually, there's a couple more. There's 5 more, but it's not important for now. This is the entire silver poured stack that I've done so far. And the reason why I have them separated is because all of these are from 2023 and all of these are from 2024. So let's start with the 2023s. And many of them we have taken a look at, but there are some new things to show here. So let's take a look with these, because we usually start with those ones and, you know, we kind of miss out. So what's new? Well, I haven't featured this one more than once on the channel, but this is my Dino Booty coin that I made. I get a kick out of that. Yeah, and here we have the rum skull. Okay, so a couple different finishes, and so nothing really new here with these. I'm just super proud of them, and this is a design that we're gonna be, you know, playing with for quite some time. Now, the one thing that I have been working on, and we'll get to that here soon. Oh, I think we got it right here. Okay, so here we have a Pegasus round, one of the earlier ones, maybe the first one. And here you can see it has the fineness and the content, silver content, 1 ounce Troy, 999 fine silver. So what I've been also trying to do is basically stamp the date and the number so that I can know that, you know, which year this was produced in and what number it is of the mold. And so I've started doing that, as you can see here, and this was my attempt at hand stamping the year, the date, 2023 on this one, and 001, even though technically it's probably not the first one, but you know, I had to pick, and I'm really just experimenting with the stamping. But it was minted in 2023, and there were only a few that were minted, to be honest. So it's not like, you know, there were only 5 5 that I kept and didn't melt, and 2 of them were antiqued. This one looks a little different. What's going on over here? Well, as you can see, this one has been gold gilded, actually rose gold gilded. So it looks a little coppery, but it is actually rose gold. And you know, it's kind of hard to tell with the lighting. So let's maybe put it up against the black. We'll be able to see a little bit better, I think, up against the black. But yeah, so this one's been, and here, let's just, you know, since we're on the subject, this is what 24 karat gold gilded looks like, and that's the rose gold. Okay, focus. There we go. And then we'll just put this in for control, I guess. But yeah, personally, I like the gilded, the 24 karat gilded one. Looks pretty nice, but the rose gold in hand is nice. I don't think this lighting or camera does it justice, but yeah, it does have a little bit of a coppery look though to it. So, but it is nice, and of course I didn't stamp this one before gilding it, so it's probably, when it does get stamped, I'm gonna have to redo the gilding maybe, or it'll just be an anomaly or whatever, but that's fine. So okay, we're gonna just jump all over the place. Might as well take a look at this one. This was the very first 24 karat gilded dolphin that I did here, and I've got some really cool ideas. This was just an experiment. We will take a look at some of those as the experimentation develops, but this is just one of the finishes that I'll be producing with my pieces. So let's see. I made some new designs that you may have not seen yet, or maybe you have, but you forgot. So let's take a quick gander at this owl tessellation pattern and talk a little bit about why I've slowed down. This is me slowing down on silver casting, but I actually have kind of slowed down on silver casting in the last few weeks, because even though I have all of these molds and these molds work and they've been tested and they're proven and they're great, there are a couple of issues, because I'm still rather new to this, that I wanted to see if I can work out. So let's see if we can find one that maybe can show us a little bit of those issues. All right, so here we have the Gorilla Stacker. Okay, beautiful design, and it stacks, but as you can see, we have an issue, right? It's warped. Now, why is it warped? Why is this one, or is it this one? No, it's probably the top one right here that's warped. So it stacks, but because it's warped, it doesn't stack really great, right? Now I have some pieces that are quite impressive in terms of their stacking ability. Let's just take a look at these two dragon rounds, because, and if they were antiqued, you would really see all that detail a lot better. But point I'm getting at is that when done correctly, okay, the stacker rounds, or the stacker in general, can stack very, very well. Let me just demonstrate here. Okay, so as you can see, when done correctly, these guys stack incredibly well. So well, in fact, that they can be held, look at that, more than vertical. Even I'm holding it literally, no magic here, guys. As you can see, there's the finger, there's the other finger. That is how well they stack. They're defying gravity. Look at that. Okay, so that's a stacker, if I've ever seen one, and that's the amount of detail that I have here that I think I'm pretty proud of. It's pretty awesome. So I don't get confused. Yeah, well, I'm already confused. One of these is a 2024 and one of these is 2023. Now I don't know which one. Let's just see if I can figure that one out later. Anyway, oops. No, I'm just kidding. I know which one it is. But anyway, the point that I was getting at was that the stackers can stack really fantastic. However, there are some issues, and you'll notice the difference in finish here, as because I've been new to this, I've been experimenting with different techniques and different machinery, and to get the polished finish on these, I've done two different things. This warping has nothing to do with that polished finish, but you can visually see right there that one is a little bit cleaner than the other. Again, that has nothing to do with the warping. The warping is another issue entirely that I decided, okay, I'm not going to proceed until I fix some of these issues, right? I want to have them as close to perfection as possible. So what have I done? Well, I have taken the time to experiment in this last week, 2 weeks period. Instead of casting, I've taken this time to experiment on how to fix this issue with warping, and I actually honed in on the answer. So I know what it is, and I'm not going to go into detail because it's a little bit complicated, but I figured it out nonetheless. So I've been taking this time to figure that out. There's another thing. What else? There's also an issue with shrinkage by the sprue area. Shrinkage right there compared to this. Rest of it it's a little bit thinner near the sprue, and that was another issue I needed to work out. So I took the time to work out these issues in the last couple weeks, solved them all amazingly, and so now I'm redoing all my molds. Like it's a big job, so I'm having to go back all the way from the beginning, basically with a lot of this stuff, and redo my molds so that my next pieces that I get don't have issues with shrinkage. As you can see there, even this one not immune to shrinkage right there. In fact, all of them have a little bit of these types of issues. Shrinkage right there. So I have solved this issue, and my next round of casting will have fixed the warping, will have fixed the shrinkage, and basically at that point everything about my poured silver will be up to snuff. As far as I'm concerned, will be perfect. I don't know if you can call it perfect, but as far as I'm concerned, like any other minor defects that might crop up will be so minute, you will need a magnifying glass, a very strong magnifying glass, to even observe them. So it's almost not even worth the trouble to go through the troubleshooting to figure it out at that point. And that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm very happy to say that I've basically achieved, I don't know, a point where, it's basically not worth my time to reinvent or solve issues, because there's no more major issues that need to be solved with my silver pours, and that I basically can go into production mode and really carve out some awesome pieces. So let's take a look at a few others that I've stamped. Here we have the sorry for the shaky cam, Lucky Dragon 2023 number, gosh, what the fuck number is that? 2, I think? Might be number 2. Let's see. Nope, that's number 4. Yeah, that's number 4. This must be maybe number 3. So the other issue was with stamping, because as you can see, the stamping is a little wonky. It's hand stamping. It's the best that you can do with your hand, which is it's not great, but I like it because it's got character, and there's number 1. Yeah. So, but it's got to be legible, right? It's got to be perfectly legible. And so that is another issue that I've been working on, and I believe I have that one solved as well. So yes, I am going to continue with hand stamping because I think it looks good when everything is in alignment. The alternative that I considered was laser etching, But the problem with laser etching, and there are quite a few problems with laser etching, but number one, I would say, is the fact that it's a proper laser is really expensive, at least $2,000, and then you're kind of locked into whatever software you're using for it, which can be a pain in the ass. Other than that, it would work. It would do the job. It would laser etch a really nice pattern that looks comparable to something like that, and stamp, my bars and rounds really, really well, or it would laser etch them. The only issue is that I don't know, it doesn't look as cool as hand stamping. It offers a little bit more unique artist flair when hand stamping, but it's also, hand stamping is significantly cheaper, like 20 times cheaper. So yeah, a little bit of labor, a little bit of elbow grease gets the job done. And I just pretty much figured that would be the best way to go for now. Maybe one day I could switch to a laser, but even lasers require programming, effort, and, well, there's always the risk of going blind, and other hazards with lasers. But I think that for now, doing a hand stamping is probably gonna be a little bit better for my business. Now, let's get on, because we've seen these already. We've seen these. I featured them on the channel last time. These are 2023. Nothing new here except for the cool new finishes like I showed you. But so let's keep these over here, and let's move on to the 2024s, because there's actually some new designs in the 2024 collection. All right, so we've seen these, more of the same, right? Let's take a look at some of these. Let's just go one by one. I don't know which one we're looking at, but okay. So first things first. This is actually a new piece. Now, we've seen this design, but with the tessellation background. This one is the stacker version. Okay, and you'll notice that these look cleaner. These look a little bit better, a little less shrinkage there, and they're a little less warped than the last. Oh, shit. I know I have another one of those. Okay, so we can demonstrate what good stacking these are. Okay, yeah, the owl stacks. Now you can see the shrinkage when I stack them side by side like this. It's thicker here than here, and that's not just the design. That's shrinkage at the sprue. So I haven't quite nailed it in my first casting of 2024, but I know I've nailed it in terms of the pattern. So I know where I stand with my next casting. It's going to be even better than this, and these are getting better and better. If you just compare the 2020, any random 2023 to a random 2024, and look at that warping. Look at that warping. That's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous warp going on. A lot of shrinkage. Stuff I just didn't pick up on in my first attempts, right? But now I know what I'm doing. I'm having less issues like that. But this stacks really well. This is the owl stacker, and it's beautiful. I love it. Moving on. Let's go to another design that we've already seen. The dolphin. Here we are, yet again. But this one's just a little bit cleaner, a little bit, a little bit nicer. Moving on, let's take a look. Here we have the Pegasus stacker. Very nice. And we're not doing these justice without a nice antiquing. This one's a little warped. Still warped. Look at that warp there. Man. Right. like I said, I'm gonna fix that. I already fixed it, so no more issues like that gonna happen. These early mint errors are gonna be valuable because they're really rare. Because I changed my game. Okay, here is a new one that you haven't seen yet. Brand new design. This is for 2024. Only been produced in 2024. This is the sci-fi ripple sphere pattern. Check it out. This is a stacker. Actually do have two of them. One of them did not come out to the right size, but this is such a cool bar. Let's check out the reverse. Look at that. Really high relief, beautiful silver sphere pattern. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one. Okay, so here is the other one that I'm actually gonna remelt because it didn't make weight on this one. Again, another issue that I'll have totally worked out by the next casting. But do they stack? Hell yeah, they stack. Look at that. That is awesome. So this one, really proud of. A very cool little stacker piece. That just awesome high relief. And the design itself is just wild. It's really, let's look at the finished one here. This one is really gorgeous. Look at those concentric rings around the piece. There's rings on rings, ripples, patterns like in a pond. Totally original design. Beautiful piece that I did in Blender. What do you think? What do you think for this was the first design of 2024. Pretty wild, huh? Pretty wild. All right, moving on. What else do we have? Ooh, we got an update. We got an update on the owl tessellation. How about that? Beautiful. Look at the way that shines. Look at that. Yeah, I like that pattern. That's a cool pattern. Definitely. Very cool pattern. It's got a lot of angles to pick up that light. All right. Okay, we got another new one for 2024. Another new one here. This is the reverse. Look at that pattern. Bam. Man, that's money right there. That's money. Let's look at the other side of this stacker pattern. Star gem pattern. Wild. Look at the high relief on this pattern. Pretty impressive. So let's see how it stacks. This one actually doesn't stack really well. It does stack, but it doesn't like go deep. But it does definitely lock. It interlocks, but it doesn't like, go super deep. But it's okay. It's okay. The pattern makes up for it. Anyway, this was a really fun design that, again, it just reflects the light. I like doing these interesting geometric shapes and patterns. They just, in silver being so reflective, it adds just a lot of shimmer, a lot of light reflection. Now we have another dolphin. Okay, and what else? Another Pegasus stacker round. But they're getting nicer. So, yeah, and the dragon round that we've already seen, which is pretty cool. So there you have it. That's the 2024. We'll take a quick look at these again. And So all the pieces that I've done so far, 2023 and 2024, there we have it. There is one original 2-ounce piece that I still kept. One original 2-ounce piece, the skull stacker, that I kept and stamped. Nice little hand stamp, 2-ounce, 999 silver. This was from 2023. Decided not to melt it because I think it's pretty cool. It already started to tone up. It's got the hammered finish. But that is pretty much everything from my hand-poured silver collection. And where are we going from here? Well, like I said, I took some time to update and enhance the production quality of my pieces. I'm not doing any more 2 ounces for the time being. Maybe I will do 2 ounces again later, but for right now, just 1 ounce pieces. These are all the 1 ounce pieces. So later on, I could see myself getting into the 2 ounce chunkers. They are really chunky though, and I would rather have them in 1 ounce form for now. What else? Well, here's what's coming on the horizon, okay? You guys know I like to make the 3D printed boxes and sell them, right? So this was my one of my recent creations. This was the Silver Eagle Mini Monster Box. And that went over pretty well. A lot of people actually bought those. Not surprising because the Silver Eagles have come down in price. Makes a lot of sense. Why not buy that sovereign bullion, especially from the United States? So this worked out well, and everybody loves the green. Nobody's buying the black version. I am starting to incorporate more colors into my filaments, but before we get to that, the mini Silver Eagle Monster Box was quite a success that I decided to expand. And so I am going to be making boxes specifically for Royal Mint Britannias. Okay, so Royal Mint Britannias. I'm going to be making boxes specific for the Silver Philharmonics. These are all different tubes. This one doesn't fit, right? This one already fits. I'm gonna have to make a separate box for that. I'm going to be making a mini maple monster box coming soon. Again, different size tube, different size box. I'm also going to be making a mini monster box for the Silver Libertad. Okay? And that is coming soon. And if there's any more requests that you have that you'd like to see me make a particular mini monster box for, you let me know. Like we could possibly do the kangaroo, but I think I covered most of the bases here between the 5 that we have. The Silver Eagle, not shown, Libertad, Maple, Philharmonic, Britannia. All right, so, but not only that, the Royal Mint Britannia box is going to be gray. The Philharmonic box is going to be red. The Maple box is going to be yellow. And the Libertad is going to be blue. And obviously, the Silver Eagle will continue to be green. So that's what's going on. I just wanted to give you a heads up on what's coming soon to the listings down below and on eBay. So look out for that. I'll be working on it here in the first quarter. We'll get that out as soon as possible. So that is going to do it for us today, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for tuning into Count Stackula on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for all my patrons who are buying boxes and picking up some coins from my eBay store. Also, hit the like, smash the like, tickle the like, however you want to jiggle it. definitely do that. Helps the algorithm. Wanted to show this one coin and I forgot. The Germania Knights of the Past, number 3. Had to pick it up, guys, because I had the first 2 and the collector in me would not let up, so I had to have it. Don't even really like the design, but this is supposed to be the last in the series. Guys, what do you think? I like it. I don't like the blister pack that it comes in. That's ridiculous. I'm not even going to show it. Glad this series is over because this coin sucks, but I had to have it. That is going to do it for us today, y'all. So take care. Peace. I'll see you on the next one. Count Stackula out.